بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Good morning everyone and welcome to our class today of Traveler 4. Today's lesson is about listening and speaking. What are your family and friends like? Are they outgoing? Do they like going out? Do they like meeting friends, or are they just isolated, or they are sensitive, for example? What do they like? How would you describe them? Here we have 5 speakers that we are going to listen to. Each speaker is describing a type of people. You will hear 5 different people talking about different types of people. Choose from the list. This list, what each speaker might say. There is one extra letter that you don't need to use. A. These people don't work well in a group. These people don't work well in a group. Some people prefer that they work alone. They don't like to have a group of people working together, or friends or family. They prefer to be alone to work on something. B. These people like to spend time alone. Also, people do not like meetings, do not like joining others. C. These people combine opposite characteristics. So, those people might having opposite characters. He is kind, but he is stubborn at the same time, for example. Or he is very mad, but he is very lovely and can understand people very easily. D. These people are often stubborn. Stubborn is someone who doesn't change his mind easily. He is very stubborn. E. These people like dangerous jobs, like jobs that has challenges or something that is very difficult, or there is a dangerous task in it. F. These people are more sensitive than they like to appear. So those people he is talking about is more sensitive. They are emotional, very emotional to situations and meeting others. So we will listen to the 5 of them and just concentrate, because we will listen to this only once. Let's get started.
4B. Listening and speaking. Listening. B. You will hear 5 different people talking about different types of people. Choose from the list A to F what each speaker might say. There is one extra letter that you do not need to use. Speaker 1.
Some people love being home, close to their family. They are sensitive people and can get very emotional at times. They also remember very well. So if a friend hurts them, they will forgive but not forget. They are usually shy individuals and need time for themselves, whereas others like socializing all the time. They might not always be self-confident. However, they hide an unusual inner strength.
Speaker 2.
So, what about the speaker 1? What did he mention about the people he talked about? What do you think? Which one of these? What do you think? So, he said that these people like to spend time alone. Let's get to the second one.
Some people are open and like taking risks. They usually choose professions that involve some kind of adventure or danger. They are sociable and like to be around people. They are very honest too. However, because they don't always think twice before they say something, they sometimes get in trouble. These people can be very optimistic and always find a way to look on the bright side of even the most difficult situations.
Speak.
What do you think he said? He mentioned a few people in his when he talked about them. So he said that these people like dangerous jobs. Speaker 3.
Speaker 3.
These people are usually calm, strong individuals who are in control of their feelings. However, more often than not, they are hiding their emotions because they don't want people to become aware of their sensitivity. Because they are powerful, independent, and determined people, they make good group leaders.
Speak.
Which one do you think? He mentioned that they are very emotional and sensitive. So it's if these people are more sensitive than they like to appear. They don't show that to others, but they are very emotional inside.
Speaker 4.
Some people have got two completely different sides, almost like being two different individuals in one. Their personality can change according to the situation they find themselves in. For example, they can both love and hate something on different occasions. They are intelligent, curious, and talkative, and will be the center of attention at any social gathering.
What do you think? They like to meet others, and these people combine opposite characters. They have two different things in them. The last one.
Speaker 5.
There are some people who are very independent and thirsty for life. They're born leaders and enjoy having an audience. They don't like being alone, and in fact they are often very faithful friends. Their generous and lively personality makes it hard not to like them. However, there might be problems in the work environment because they don't change their minds easily and like to be in charge.
He said that they do not change their mind easily, so they are stubborn. They are stubborn. Thank you for listening. And now let's get to the speaking part. Read the blurbs. Blurbs is the short review of a book. So we have a few blurbs here. 5. We have 5 blurbs from 5 different novels. Novels is a long stories or stories and talk about what you would and wouldn't like about each of them. Talk about each one. Speak about that. Then decide which 2 books you would definitely be interested in reading and why. After you talk about each one, you will then choose 2 books to read, and why are you interested in those 2. So, what would or wouldn't you like about each of the following books? The first one is The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. This book is about adventure. In this book, the author takes us on a journey through a collection of stories. So, when you read this book, he takes us on a journey. It's like a series of actions through a collection of stories, a group of stories. So, many stories in one. The reader follows Mowgli, the hero who was raised in the jungle. Mowgli is the famous person who lived with the animals in the jungle. The hero, he is the hero. He is the main character of the story through his adventures. As the book progresses, Mowgli grows up and learns how to survive in the world. So during the story, Mowgli is growing up from when he is a kid, and then being a teenager, and then an adult. through, and he will know how to survive, how to live in this world. This is the first blurb. Then the mysterious island. This is the second blurb by Jules Verne, a French writer. This book is also adventure. A few-year adventure begins when 5 men escape the American Civil War in a balloon. So, a 4-year adventure, this story took 4 years when 5 men, 5 guys, escaped the American Civil War. They ran from the Civil War using the balloon. They find themselves on an unmapped island. They found themselves, so the balloon arrived in an island that they don't know about. It's not even in the map. Somewhere in the Pacific Ocean, so in the waters, and start a new life there. So they lived there and began a new life. Numerous dangers are at hand. The wild nature of the island, extreme weather conditions. The weather is changeable, so sometimes it's very, very cold and very hot, very humid. So dangerous or extreme weather, and even pirates, an active volcano, even a volcano, the mountain that executes the fires from and the flames. Will the men survive this challenge? Will they survive and still alive? Can anyone help them get home again? Will someone help them and take them from the island to their homes? Read this classic story of courage, companionship, and hope, and join the heroes on their adventure. So this is a classic novel, a very well-known novel about courage, companionship, or friendship, and hope, or wishes, and join the heroes or the main characters of this adventure. Next blurb, Moby Dick, by Herman Melville. This is also adventure. When Captain Ahab loses his leg to a white whale named Moby Dick, so the white whale, the huge whale ate his leg, Ahab's leg. So he lost his leg. He devises a plan to destroy the animal. He was also planning to destroy the animal. Why? Because to take revenge at any cost, no matter what. But Ahab's quest for justice ends in a tragedy. So this ends in something else, something unexpected, which is a very sad thing, which is a tragedy or a drama. This is the third one. The fourth one, The Shadow of the Wind. The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. Set in Barcelona, so it was in Spain. The story happened in Spain. The story is mystery and thriller, which is a horror, let's say. This is the story of a young boy called Daniel Smper. Daniel is a young boy who is taken to the cemetery of forgotten books and allowed to choose a book to keep. He went to a place with a very forgettable books, and he was allowed to choose only a book to keep. Daniel starts to search to find out more about the mystery writer of the novel he has chosen. So he chose that book, and he was trying to to look for the writer of that novel, and why his books were destroyed over the years, and why these books are destroyed. As Daniel grows older, his interest in the author leads to him gaining enemies. While he was searching for the writer, he started to have enemies, people against him. And he soon realizes that in trying to save the author's work, Daniel is saving himself. So during that, he is trying to save himself. And the last one, The Story of My Life by Helen Keller. This is autobiography, so this is a story about herself. The book tells the story of a small girl who lost both her hearing and sight. So she cannot hear anything and she cannot see anything. At a very young age, when she was little, with the help of her teacher, Anne Sullivan. So Anne Sullivan is her teacher, and she taught her how to communicate with the outside world. She taught her how to communicate with others, how to speak with others. So, and now we have read the five different blurbs. Use these words to talk about them, or try to speak about these, and which one would you choose and why? So a few words here: fascinating, exciting, it's very exciting, page turner, so there's something switching, unoriginal, gripping, dull. And to try to use these statements, I would prefer to read, for example, the Story of My Life by Helen Keller, because I don't think I would like to read which one, the Story of My Life or The Mysterious. I am not real into that. I don't like that kind of novels or stories. I think I would read something, would be fascinated to read, because what is the reason? What are the reasons to read that book, that novel you chose? And the last one, I would definitely read that book because of these reasons. So choose the reasons you want, speak about them, and try to speak as much as you can to practice English. Because, as we say at the end of each lesson, practice makes perfect. Thank you so much for joining us today, and see you next time.